My dream was to own a Birkin, so I did that.
Oh my god, you own a Birkin before 21?
Yes, it did feel like a lot of money. It was so fun. I didn't think of it that time. I was so young. Yeah. But like when you're doing it, you're like, oh my god, I'm earning so much money right now. You know, that kind of feeling.
Welcome to another episode of First Pot of Gold. I'm Jermaine. This podcast is where people share their ups and downs in their journey to building their first pot of gold. Now we have with us on this episode Singapore's most fashion influencer. She has worked with brands like Prada, Dior, Miu Miu and Cartier. And she's also known for her high fashion photos and been featured on Vogue and on the cover of A+ magazine. Let's welcome Rachel Wong!
Hi babes! Oh my god, very shy with the intro.
Hey, but it's true, right?
Okay, yes, thank you.
You must own it.
Thank you. Thanks guys, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here.
Thank you so much for coming on this podcast, and through this podcast I hope that people can learn a little bit more about you. By the way, my daughter's name is Rachel.
Oh my god! That's such a nice name.
You're so young, Rachel. Yes, okay. So you've been featured on so many things and so many amazing brands. Now if I just rewind back time, and right now, okay, the first question I'll ask you is, if I ask you what does first pot of gold mean, what automatically comes to your mind?
I think actually I would rewind like 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago. So I think not a lot of people know this, but after O-levels, I actually went to Singapore Poly for like 6 months. And I took business back then, and I actually realized that that wasn't for me. So I would say my first pot of gold would be that decision at 18 years old, 17, 18 years old, to actually go to LASALLE to explore my creative side. So that was a decision that I made, and I mean, I'm very grateful that my parents, in the end, were very supportive of it. I think I've always been a very creative person. So yeah, I would say my first pot of gold is opening that door for myself.
And which is creativity.
Yes.
Going to LASALLE was that first step.
Yes.
Okay, so you are now, at that time, 18 years old.
Yep.
And then you entered into LASALLE. What made you know that, wow, this is the path for me?
So I think at that time, I mean, when you're young, I feel like you don't really think too much. I think at that point in time, it's just like, oh, I really love fashion. I love dressing up. I love styling myself. I love looking at magazines and nice photos. At that time, it was like Tumblr era. So I was like really into like looking at like all these looks on Tumblr, and I was just like, you know what, I'm so interested in this. And yeah, so that's what made me make my decision.
Okay, so now that you have gone to school, how did you even start this whole journey? Now you are like, I would say like with 196k followers on Instagram, yeah. But how did you begin this whole journey?
So actually back then, that was still like the blogging era. So I actually started like just posting about my day-to-day, like when I went to school, the outfits that I would wear, and it was just kind of like a culture, like to dress up for school back then. And
only in your culture lah. By the way, I also went to LASALLE. I don't think
you didn't dress up.
No, I was in tights all the time because ballet tights, because I took musical theatre.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
So yes, okay. So what I did, I should share. I did fashion communications back then. So I think most of the people that took the same course as I did were very into fashion as well. So it was very normal to dress up, like wearing heels to school, carrying our MacBooks, like
I don't think we went to the same school lah. We did not go to the same school.
So like at that time it was like really cool to wear, I don't know if you remember Jeffrey Campbell Litas.
Yeah.
They're like really high platforms, and like I can't even believe I would take the train to school in those platforms. Like wow.
The effort, girl.
The effort is crazy. But yeah, wait, where were we?
Okay, so
my ADHD is off the charts.
No problem. As with all creative people. Yes. So we were at, like, you went to school.
Yes.
And then also, how did you begin this whole journey?
Yes.
Blogging.
Okay. Blogging. So
yes.
Blogging was how I first started. And then also at that time, there were a lot of like very new and upcoming like online web stores, right? So I did like blog shop modeling.
Ooh, which brands did you blog shop for
Oh my
last
god!
time?
Last time, the name Shop Sassy Dream. Oh my god, I can't remember. There's so many. That was the one that I worked with a lot. I think most of them like don't really exist anymore. It's been so long. But yeah, I think that helped me gain like traction, like new readers on my blog. Yeah, and then after that, shifting to Instagram. So that was like the Instagram era. Like Instagram was super new, and they had this thing called the popular page. So I don't know how, but I managed to get on the popular page like quite a few times, and it really helped me grow during that time. Yeah.
So what you did was to really go and pursue your passion, and you dropped out of business to go into fashion.
Yeah.
And then you kind of seek your parents' approval. Were they encouraging at the start, or were they like, no, you cannot? Because you know, Asian parents.
Yeah, so my parents, I think, of course, they're more conservative, but I will also say that throughout my whole life, I think they've always been very supportive of me. Like, they love me a lot and they just want me to be happy. So it was very like, okay, we are not sure about this, but like, if you really want to do it, and if you are sure that you want to do it, then we fully support you.
Wow, that's so rare, and you're so super lucky to have.
I know, I'm so blessed.
Okay, anything you want to tell your parents?
I love you guys so much. I tell them every day, actually. They know that already. I'm like very, very close to my family.
So good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, so then after that, you dipped your toes a little bit, you started blogging, and then you received certain traction. So what you did, right, was to actually follow kind of like, you know, what your readers wanted, and then you develop yourself more. So being on social media so much and feeling the pulse on the ground, right, how do you envision the entire digital space to be with, like, you know, AI coming on and things like that?
I think, you know, even now when you look at the younger creators, there's always going to be like new and upcoming creators. I think everyone is embracing a more raw side, a less, how do I say it, curated version of themselves online, which I think is really, really nice to see. And I really think that that should be the direction that we're going to. I think talking more to each other, connecting on another level other than just aesthetically, helping each other to heal, helping each other to grow, just sharing that kindness towards each other. I think that's really important.
So for you, when you post something online, right, do you actually, people actually comment?
Yeah.
Do you actually reply to every single one?
I try my best to reply to every single one. Yeah, I do.
Oh my gosh.
I do.
And do you read like people's PMs to you?
Okay, the PMs, like I do get a lot of PMs, so I don't really have time to read through all of it, but I do actually, like, once in a while, I do like take time to reply. Some of my followers are very young, sometimes they need advice. I'm very happy to share, and I'm very grateful to be in a space that I'm able to do that, actually.
Now, how did you get your first gig, if I may ask?
Oh my gosh, so back then, I think because I was doing like these like modeling gigs for all these blog shops, right? Then they would like give me clothes, like, oh, you like this one? Okay, I give you. And then you just post for me on the blog. So I did everything for free back then. It was just really in exchange for clothes. And I think it was fun for me because it was like, oh, I don't have to spend money to buy clothes, right? I get so much new things without even like spending anything. And like I've always I started working even before that, even before doing the modeling. I was a sew girl. I sold ice cream. I even sold pillows for a while.
Oh, you mean like Sogut ice cream?
Yeah, like Sogut.
So cute. I love that. My favorite.
Really?
Yeah.
I was a sew girl.
Okay.
So like I think like earning like $4 or $5 an hour to like, oh, you know, I can just get free clothes all the time. It felt very like, it felt cool, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, right, it was about gaining all these experiences and working for free. Actually, that's something that I hear a lot of people who come on the podcast say, that when they first started, right, they worked for free, and you know, they didn't expect anything, but it's to hone their skill and build their portfolio. So was that what you did?
Yes, I guess that's what I did. I mean, I didn't think of it that time. I was so young and it was just fun. So I was just like, okay, we'll do it.
That's something I love about you.
Yeah.
Something I realized is you always follow the fun. Right?
Yes.
And that makes your work more enjoyable and you're more creative, then you have a better output.
It's so true. I think in life we should just, I really believe in like just flowing with like whatever life throws at you, because it can't always be good and it also can't always be bad. So you just gotta flow with it, you know?
Okay, so you got your first gig now. If I may ask, yeah, how much per hour did you make, and did that blow your mind?
Oh my god!
Because you started at $4, right?
Yeah, I started at $4.50.
Okay, $4.50 per hour, and then
for these blog shop modeling gigs, I can't really remember exactly, but definitely maybe at least 50 an hour, maybe 50 to 80 an hour.
And you were like what, 19?
Yeah, and I was like 19, and I was studying. So after school, I would do like 3 to 4 shoots.
Wow.
A day.
So did that feel like, wow, a lot of money actually? Right?
Yes, it did feel like a lot of money. It was so fun, and I was just like very excited, because it's like, okay, I was very tired also, but at the same time, I think because when you're young, right, you have so much energy, like you don't really think like, okay, I just go home and sleep after this, you know?
Yeah.
But like when you're doing it, you're like, oh my god, I'm earning so much money right now, you know, that kind of feeling.
And it's so exciting.
It's so exciting.
Okay, so like, you know, suddenly you earn so much money. Did you feel like, actually like that, I don't really need to, you know, concentrate at school?
Yeah, I think there were definitely times that I felt that way, but at the same time, I felt like, wow, this was such a hard decision for me to drop out of one school to go to another school. I must follow through, you know? And I think there were definitely also like times when like my lecturer, I remember this one incident that one of my lecturers was like, oh, were you at like a massage yesterday? Because like, you know, sometimes on your blog, like you post like backdated posts or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, there were a lot of like misconceptions also, like, but I really did try my best at school. I tried my best to do everything. Yeah, I think I still do actually.
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah. That I can attest. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
She does like everything like tip top, very perfectionistic. I go eat one like a brunch with her. She'll be arranging all the things and they're like picture perfect.
这是职业病。
Okay. 等一下我们去看一下你的职业病。
Okay,
right. Okay, so you have actually worked with, you know, all these big brands, but how did you begin actually getting in such a brand?
Okay, so I think after that blogging era, when I moved to Instagram, I was doing a lot of lifestyle brands and also like some travel, some drugstore brands, a lot of drugstore brands. And I think over time, over the years, I kind of felt like, not bored, but in a way like I just wanted to challenge myself, you know? So I wanted to explore something like this world of like luxury fashion, which I've always been so interested in.
And you love.
And I love. I've been like obsessed. When I was young, I was like obsessed with like Paris Hilton. And I would like always, you know, I would always be like, oh my god, I really want to be like her, you know? Like she was like kind of my idol. So I decided to try, and actually I'm very lucky. I am on my own now, but I actually joined this agency, and they have they focus a lot on luxury brands. So they definitely open a lot of doors for me. Shout out to Opus. Yay! And yeah, so after that, like it just, I think at the start also, I also had to reject a few of like these, how do I say, like more mass brands, and I think that was actually very hard for me.
Because that also meant money.
Yes, so it was literally saying no to money, and it's not that they didn't pay well. So I think I also had to mentally like prepare myself, and also to tell myself like, you know, I have to look at the big picture, and I had to, you know, you say no and you try to think of like the future, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what you actually did, right, was to re-look at your whole brand positioning and see where you wanted to go towards. So you had a very, very clear vision, I would say, of where you wanted to go, and it meant having to say no to certain projects that you were already used to doing.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, which is like very, you have a lot of foresight, I would say. Like, because a lot of people would just, okay, I just continue doing in the now, right?
Yeah.
But you really wanted to challenge yourself, which you did. So kudos to you!
So I think during that time also, like when I first started doing a lot of these luxury brands, a lot of it was also not paid. Yeah, so I think it was like going back to like before, when I would like, you know,
restart again.
Yeah, it was like kind of restarting in a way, but at the same time I also do like believe that I don't know, I just felt like I could do it. So I just did it.
Wow, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you so much,
Okay,
babe.
so like after going through this whole thing, I think you've built your career as an influencer. You earn most of your money from, you know, creating your own online brand. What was like, you know, something you did to reward yourself after earning some money or something like that?
Oh my god, so actually when I was young, my dream was to own a Birkin.
Okay.
And it was like like a goal for myself to buy myself a Birkin before I turned 21.
Okay.
So I did that.
Yeah, oh my god, you own a Birkin before 21.
Yes.
And how much is a Birkin?
At that time, the first Birkin I got, I still remember, it was $12,000. It was a pre-loved one.
21 years old, you carry a $12,000 bag. Oh my gosh. But it was a goal you set for yourself.
It was a goal I set for myself.
And you earned your own money.
I earned my own money.
To buy it?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so what color was that Birkin?
It was a red Birkin, B35. I sold it shortly after because after that I found a black one and I preferred that one. So I sold that one to buy another black one. But I think just that feeling of like buying your first big purchase is like such a rewarding feeling. There's like no words that can describe it.
So it doesn't just mean that, hey, you know what, work hard, and then continue to work hard, and then don't reward yourself. Actually, what you did was to kind of like have milestones to work towards, and then really honor that, so that you would go for your next one.
Yep, correct.
Okay, and then what would you say is that initial amount that, you know, you felt like as a Singaporean? You're Singaporean.
Yes.
So as a Singaporean, right, you need to go and hit to that amount, then you feel like a bit more, okay, first milestone checked.
I guess, okay.
If you need to put an amount to it.
If I do need to put an amount to it, I guess your first 100K always feels special.
Why 100K you think?
It's just like a very round number, I guess.
Okay.
like 很满那种感觉.
Okay,
you know,
and
yeah.
then would you say that working for your first 100K and subsequently working for more money, actually the effort is different?
Actually,
Which one is tougher?
I feel definitely it does feel harder to reach that first 100K. But I think at the same time, once you reach that first 100K, like in your mind, it's like, I did it before, I can do it again. It's that kind of feeling, you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And what tips would you give to our audience here, let's say, have never made their 100K before? Like, how can they start?
Okay, I really think that it's very important to be doing what you love. Like, I know I'm very, very blessed, and I don't want to sound like conceited or whatever, but I really do feel that like in life, like life is so short. There are so many things that, how do I say, there are so many struggles in life. I think working shouldn't be one of them. I think that to get out of bed and feel like, oh my god, I'm so excited to go to work today, even on like my worst days, I'm still so grateful. So I have like a gratitude journal. And
Really?
Yes.
So you do daily gratitude
I
journaling?
do daily gratitude journaling. I highly recommend it. I do it every morning and night, and I just think that there are so many days when I look back and read through my journal, like there are so many days like, oh, I'm so grateful for this shoot today. I'm so grateful that like this brand sent me a gift today. Things like that. You know, it adds up.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know what? I actually read a lot of books, and one of the secret formula that is not so secret is actually having gratitude for life. Like, you know, showing up and being very thankful, and it changes your approaches to how you treat people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now you are very perky, and you know, you're very positive, I would say. I would rank you in the positive charts more than negative.
Yes.
Have you ever faced any challenges before?
Oh my god, so many. I think like the most positive people have actually been through the worst.
Oh.
That's how okay. So when I was younger, I think I struggled a lot with depression. I think there were things that happened in my childhood that I don't want to like rehash it too much. But I think growing up, because I never faced those traumas, like I found it hard to be grateful, and I found it hard to be happy. So I actually worked, okay, the first few jobs that I worked, even before I started this blogshop modeling, I actually worked to send myself to the psychiatrist.
Oh, you send yourself?
Yeah, I sent myself because my parents, like, I mean, my parents are quite old, so I think they maybe were not very open to the idea of like mental health, like they don't understand it.
How young were you then?
17.
17. How
Yeah.
did you even know about, standing yourself? Because at that time, it's not even a very popular topic.
Yeah, so I think at that time I just felt like I was just really very depressed. I think there were also times that I did want to end my life. That was a very, very dark place to be in. And I think growing up, I always kind of knew that I was different. So even business school didn't work out. Even like normal, regular, like primary and secondary school was very hard for me because it was very hard for me to concentrate in school. So I always knew like something is off, but I don't know what. And I just wanted to find the answer to why I was feeling this way and why it was so hard for me.
And look at you, you are so differently good right now. You're just being placed in maybe a different environment to measure you, like, using academics to measure you instead of using fashion to. And when you went into fashion school, I would say that you felt more at home.
For sure, 100%.
And how did that make you feel?
I think I was just so excited to finally be able to go to school where I was actually excited about it. Can you imagine for like your whole life, like you dread going to school because it's something that you really just don't enjoy, and then finally like you're excited to go. It's a very different feeling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you also name like one of your greater challenges and how you stepped out of it?
So I think actually going to that psychiatrist and actually getting, so I basically got diagnosed with ADHD, and I think
Welcome to the club.
like this is like clinically diagnosed.
Okay, I'm not clinically diagnosed.
Yeah,
but I think I have.
I also think you have. But you know what? I believe that the best, like the most creative people and some of the most successful people have ADHD.
Yeah, agree.
Right?
I met so many entrepreneurs. I would say that all have. It's how
Is the level of it is the level of it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so coming back to your story. So clinically diagnosed ADHD.
Yes.
And then how? You said you were diagnosed with that.
No, I was very happy I was diagnosed.
Why?
So that was a turning point. So
Okay, tell me.
So basically, I think getting that diagnosis helped me understand myself so much more. Like, oh, okay, so this is why I couldn't concentrate. And just being able to have that confirmation, like, hey, it wasn't me all along. It was like just something that I have, like a literal like medical condition. Like I shouldn't blame myself for it. I should forgive myself for it, and I should be grateful that now I'm put in an environment that actually kind of embraces it.
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
so empowering. The way you said it, guys. The way she said it. I mean, because some people who are diagnosed with ADHD will be like, oh man, I'm diagnosed with ADHD. I am, maybe in this condition. I pity myself. How are you so different that, you embrace it and gratitude for it? How did you have that shift?
No, I was very happy after being diagnosed with it because I was like, yay, now I know why. I think understanding the why is so important, like why we act this way. Like when we meet people, like, okay, like if say that person is like not a very nice person, I don't like straight away like, oh, I don't like this person. To me, it's like, okay, I try to understand why is this person acting that way.
Okay, so something you shared with me is golden actually. It means that you now have the empathy because you yourself struggle with something before. Then now you have the empathy to empathize others and try to understand others.
It's so true, yeah.
That's so beautiful.
Wow, babe, you actually like summarized it so well. Thank you so much.
No, you are giving me the inspiration. You are my inspiration. It's like she's a sunshine. I really love talking to her. Always.
I love talking to you too, babes.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. So, with your whole journey, right, and growing into this character or this influencer online, I also know that you have your own brand.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So I started Nunu Club back in 2021. It's been a few years now, and I would say it was very successful. I'm kind of on a break now because I think it's good that I admit this also on camera.
Yes.
So I feel like I did the branding wrongly, and I've always wanted to build a self-care brand. But I think that maybe because I was trying to juggle this transition to doing like luxury brands, I was so busy. I was doing so many things. I was doing like 4 or 5 events a day. I was just being present for every single thing, and because I was trying to build something, right? And I didn't do the branding well, and I think a lot of people have the misconception that Nunu Club is a skincare brand, which is not what it is. It's not what I want it to be, so I'm working on revamping it right now.
Wow, that's such a brave thing to say, to admit it. And I think that, would you say that then focus is actually a key priority when you want something to be successful? Because you were mentioning that you were doing 5 different things.
Yeah.
How could you honestly do it so well?
Yeah, so I think in the past at least 1 to 2 years, I think that it's always been kind of a painful topic for me to talk about, because like, as you know, I'm a perfectionist and I'm also a workaholic, and I try to do so many things in a day. But I think in the past 2 years, I've really been trying to focus on what it is, learning to say no. Understanding that I'm only human. I only have one body, and I also have to take care of this body so that it can actually really do everything that I want to do,
A current theme that, a consistent theme that I hear from you is actually forgiving yourself. I think it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
For somebody who is, always very hard on themselves, in Singapore especially, Malaysia even, we have a workers culture or a hustle culture. What would you say to the audience who is consistently beating themselves up over, not working hard enough?
Okay, I think that this is really very common. Like, I see it in a lot of my friends as well, and I think that there are days that you will realize that you really just can't do everything. Like, you also have to really take time for yourself, because that's the only way that you can show up, whether it's at work, for your family, that's the only way that you can really show up, is if you pour from a full cup,
And I guess that was also one of the reasons why, going back to Nunu Club, why did you start this brand?
So this self-care brand, I wanted to basically, of course the products are good, but I do really want to sell this idea, or just this culture that you definitely have to take at least 5 to 10 minutes a day to take care of yourself. I think that that's so important. We're not machines, we're not robots. We need to take care of ourselves.
So that's something that's very interesting, because I don't actually see a lot of that side of you online. But when I meet her on private note, right, she is a personal growth person, personal development person, and you wanted to build Nunu Club into a self-care brand, not skincare brand.
Not skincare.
I got that right now, okay? So, why is it that, you focus so much on this self-development? Did that come from, your past?
I think definitely going through those depressive episodes, going to therapy, feeling that beauty and that happiness from self-healing, I think that is so important, because we cannot be going for therapy all the time. We cannot be relying on others. We have to really take care of ourselves. That's so important, and I think a lot of people forget to do it, because there's always that next bag to chase. There's always that next, I want to buy this house, I want to buy this car. There's so many things. There's always going to be something that you work for, right? But in that time in between, do you take time to actually celebrate yourself? Do you take time to celebrate the fact that you got through this very hard thing? It's so important as humans that we grow in all ways, not just financially, right? Also emotionally, also just showing up for people around you. That's so important.
Oh, so beautiful.
Yeah.
When I see your photos just like that, before I knew you, I was like, wow, this girl is damn pretty. That's what I think, okay? I was like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty, and her poses are so nice. But I never actually realized that there was that depth of that beauty inside.
Aww,
so would you say that beauty is not just on the outside, but on the inside as well?
Oh, definitely, 1000%. I think that I always believe that the prettiest girls are the happiest girls, and I really think that I think everyone, even men, let's not be
okay.
Everyone should just really, that beauty will show from within, because you are happy, you are healing, you are growing,
Oh man, that's so beautiful to say. So going back to social media, right? And building my own following and things like that, do you think that in order to be successful, you need a certain look?
No, I don't think so. Especially not these days.
Okay.
I think if you look at the Gen Z creators, they are not a lot of them are not like your typical idea of like beautiful as like it was back then, like maybe like 10, 20 years ago, like, oh, your body has to look this way, like, you know, you have to dress this way, then you're considered like cool or like beautiful. I think now like it's really about going inwards and showing that on the outside. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah?
It actually does.
Okay.
Does it make sense to you guys? Okay, and then right, if let's say somebody is starting from scratch, really don't have any background, how can they begin? How can they be like you?
I think that the way to be like me is to be like them.
Ooh! Wow! What is this? What does it mean?
So basically, it's not trying to pretend to be somebody else, not trying to be the best version of someone else, but becoming the best version of yourself. Because everyone is so beautiful and unique and special in their own ways. I think it's like that journey of finding that within yourself, and I think it will really show on the outside.
Okay, so tips and advice from Rachel Wong. First, you follow what you love. Because only if you follow what you love, then the insights would come out.
Yeah.
And everyone has something beautiful inside, and you just gotta dig in and show your authentic self. Because then people can really see. And then no matter what, wake up feeling gratitude and having that thankfulness. And so when you show up differently, the things would come to you as well.
Yes.
Great.
Manifestation is real, guys.
Well, tell us about it. Do you believe in manifestation?
I really believe in manifestation. I think that, you know, like now sometimes I look back and there were so many moments that like some brands like reach out to me and work with me, and I'm just like, oh my god, I can't believe like this is my life now. Like there are so many moments like that. But at the same time, like I was really putting in the work to get there, you know?
Yeah. And then it's all worth it after that.
It's just believing that it's yours already.
Okay, so what would you say to yourself in the morning, or to manifest something? What would you say?
You know, I think really like the first step is always to be very grateful for whatever you have. Even just like something as small as like the bed that you woke up in, having food on the table. Not everyone is blessed with that, you know? Yeah, and I mean obviously like in this culture, and we're exposed to like so many people in Singapore, like, how do I say it? Like, there's always someone with like a better car, a nicer Birkin, you know, there's so many things to like compare yourself to. But actually, if you really like just scale back and look at what you do have, you actually do have so much. And then from that feeling of gratitude, that like your heart feels so full with that gratitude, you kind of just think of like, you know what? Like, I can have that, I deserve that. And then I just feel like, honestly, it has always happened for me every time. So.
Okay, so in order to do manifestation, you actually think back about maybe 3 years ago or 5 years ago, how it was like in your journey to today, feeling that fullness, and you're in that space and energy already, and then you say, you know what, I'm gonna get that, I deserve that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so tell us, what are you currently manifesting?
So actually, oh my god, so exciting. Okay, so basically I'm a huge Pilates girl. I love Pilates. I actually have scoliosis, so like Pilates has really helped me a lot with that. And I've always really dreamed of creating my own collection of clothes. So actually that's coming up very, very soon. I'm launching this. I don't know when this video is going to be out.
Probably in a month's time.
Okay,
yes.
but okay, probably still can shop it. But
okay.
Unless it's sold out.
It might be sold out, guys.
Manifested that.
Okay, so if you guys are keen, I'm going to put the link of her Pilates line in the description.
Yeah, so like I've always been really excited about Pilates, and I love looking good. For me, like the first step to the workout is to have a very slay outfit.
Oh my god, I'm with you on this.
Yes.
Okay, tell us, how do you find the motivation to go and work out?
Okay, yeah, so, I think, like I said, taking care of my body is so important. My mind, my body is a temple.
It is, look at that. Goddess.
Oh my gosh, stop it. Okay, so I think like just taking care of your body is really important. Like so many of us are like at our desks. Okay, not me, but I know a lot of like people, my friends and whatever. Like working 9 to 5 every day, bad posture. I think just taking care of our bodies is very important, yes.
And then in order to go and exercise the next day, do you like have a ritual where you already pack what outfit you're gonna wear and then put it one side, or what?
Okay, so people like create a capsule wardrobe, right, for their daily lives, right? I have a capsule wardrobe for my workouts.
Okay, what is a capsule wardrobe? I need to know. What is a capsule, ritual for you guys?
So I love like having, I go to the gym as well. I do some strength training. So I have like strength training outfits, and then I have Pilates outfits, and both are outfits that will help me feel my best when I'm working out. So that really makes me excited because I'm like dressing up to go to the gym or to the studio.
Okay, wait. You need to educate us. What is a fitness or like a strength kind of an outfit and a Pilates outfit? Tell us the difference.
Okay, so the difference is for Pilates, you want to have more soft materials. You want your body to feel free, like you can stretch, but also have enough support so that you still feel confident. And for gym training outfits, I like something with more support so that you feel snatched when you're doing your outfit. Your core is tight and you can have the best workout ever.
Okay, I did not know the difference. I only have like fitness outfits.
Okay.
Like that's it.
Now you can have two different.
Okay, now I get it already.
Yes.
And something that I do personally is, in order for me to go and work out the next day, it's easy to, today I'm too tired already. So I put the outfit just beside my bedside.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's by James Clear. It's called habit stacking. So
stacking,
it's like, to put the gym outfit beside, then next day I'll have to wear it. Then once I wear it, it's easy to appear to the gym. That's what I do.
That's such a useful tip, guys.
So I thought like, you might have a ritual for you to get to the gym.
No, my ritual is in my brain.
Okay, hers is in her mind.
Mine is in my brain.
Hers is in her mind.
Yeah,
okay?
and like
I want to take care of myself. My body is a temple.
Yeah. And I always feel so good after a workout. So it's actually like a rewarding thing.
Okay, so share with us a little bit about your Pilates line.
Okay, so actually not too long ago, I did a jewelry collab. I'm not sure if you saw it. I worked with a local brand. It's called Eclat by We.
Actually, you are wearing it.
I am wearing it right now.
Yes, that's right.
Okay,
So pretty.
just the earrings.
Yeah, and
So
you have a smiley face on it.
Yeah, so
Why?
I'm obsessed with smiley faces. It was actually the logo for Nunu Club as well.
Oh.
I also have a tattoo here. I don't know if you can zoom in.
Oh my gosh, it is like
It's
a
a smiley
highlighter color.
It's a yellow color smiley face tattoo. Yeah, so I've always been obsessed with smiley faces. I think it's going back to that whole self-care, mental health, and focusing on the positives, focusing on being grateful. So I was so excited to work on that jewelry collection, and after that collaboration, I was like so excited, and I really want to do something
And it was
else.
sold out, right?
It was sold out.
Yeah, it was sold out. I tried to buy it, I was like, it was sold out already, okay.
No, again, can back order actually.
Okay,
but-
can back order,
can back
guys.
order.
Okay.
Yeah, so after that, this Taiwanese brand actually reached out and asked me if I wanted to do like a collaboration with them. And I was like, you know what, I really want to do like a Pilates collection. So that's what we're doing. It's like an athleisure collection. I think it's so fun to work with brands that are already doing it, because like, let's be real, I can just do the creative side, which is what I enjoy, which is what I'm good at as well. And then they handle like all the logistical stuff.
Yay!
Yay!
So you really actually stick to your core strength.
Yes.
And then, expand on your creativity as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow, I'm so excited for you. So we're gonna put the link in the description.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully you can get to back yourself a capsule wardrobe. Is that right?
Yes. Capsule fitness collection.
Capsule fitness collection.
Yeah, baby.
I noticed that you're always in black.
Oh, yes.
Why?
I do wear a lot of black. Actually, I don't know, it's just a color that I feel is, I think to a lot of people it's like, oh, like black is such a boring color, right? But I think that there are so many textures, like that you can have it in so many different cuttings. It kind of makes me feel powerful. Yeah.
Wear the color that you love. Okay, so if we were to ask if I were to ask you to give the audience advice, or yourself, your younger self advice, rewind back time, what would you say to your younger self?
Okay, I think, let me have a think. Give me a while.
Because this is deep.
This is deep. This is a deep question.
It is.
Okay, I would tell my younger self, first of all, be more gentle and kind to yourself. Also, not to measure yourself by not to measure your success by how much money you have or how many things you have, but by how well you have healed your trauma and how much you are growing.
And tell us, besides the Pilates line and revamping of Nunu's rebrand, what other things that you have and what can we expect from Rachel Wong next?
I think honestly, doing those two things have been taking up so much time and effort already. I think always I do want to, like I always talk about focusing on enjoying the moment. I think I'm just focusing on enjoying these right now, and I know that what's next is of course going to be very exciting as well, but we'll get there when we get there.
Wow, and I'm very grateful that you spend time to come on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me.
To share your life story and to share your struggles, and actually something that I realized is, wow, everybody got their own set of challenges, but it's how you view it. If anything I take away from Rachel, it's actually how positive you show up. And I think that that's where it got you today.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yay!
Yay!
So remember to subscribe to this channel and also let us know what other self-care tips that you have for yourself. Just comment and then Rachel will read them.
I will read them.
Woo!
I will reply them also.
Yay! And also, we are going for a photo shoot now. Since I have time with Rachel, I am going to experience her perfectionistic side of her, and she's gonna take some photos for us.
Yay! Okay.
Watch it in the post caption. See ya!
See you.
So, I get to experience Rachel Wong's direction. We're just gonna pass her a random camera. Okay, there's no flash.
Yes.
Can you work with it?
I will try my best.